Sometimes people tell me, if I'm not talking to my twin flame every day, does it even mean we still have a connection? This is one of the biggest misunderstandings about the twin flame journey. The truth is, twin flames don't need constant physical communication to stay connected. In fact, the real communication is happening in ways most people can't see with their eyes, but they can absolutely feel with their heart. Think about it for a second. Haven't you ever felt your twin flame's presence when they were miles away? Maybe you had a dream that felt so real it stayed with you all day. Maybe you thought of them, and seconds later, a song played on the radio that reminded you of them. Or perhaps you just felt a sudden wave of love, sadness, or peace that didn't seem to belong to you. That's not your imagination. That's your connection. Twin flames share something far deeper than texts, phone calls, or even daily conversations. Their bond exists beyond distance, beyond time, and even beyond this lifetime. And yet I know the question that lingers in your mind. If we barely talk in the physical, is this really a relationship? Is it healthy? Is it even meant to last? That's exactly what we're diving into today. We'll explore how a twin flame connection can exist and even thrive without much physical communication, the surprising advantages of this type of bond, and finally, how to know when to nurture it or when to lovingly let it go. So let's begin with the first big truth about twin flames. The kind of communication that really matters most isn't the kind you send through your phone, it's the kind that happens soul to soul. How can a twin flame relationship exist without much communication? Here's the truth, and I want you to let it sink in. A twin flame relationship is not built on daily conversations. It's built on eternal connection. Unlike conventional relationships, twin flames don't rely on constant words to prove love or presence. Why? Because twin flames communicate on an entirely different level. Telepathic communication, dreams, energetic pull, synchronicities, and even body sensations. These are the languages of the soul. Think about it. Have you ever been going about your day and suddenly, without any logical reason, you just felt your twin flame? Maybe a wave of peace washed over you, or a rush of longing, or even an emotional storm that didn't belong to you. That's not random. That's your twin flame reaching you through energy, through the higher self, across dimensions. This is why so many people on this journey get confused. They think, but we're not talking. Maybe it means we're disconnected. When in reality, the silence can be one of the most powerful teachers. Because in the absence of words, you begin to truly hear what is being spoken, soul to soul. Now, does this mean physical communication isn't important? Not at all. When it does happen, it anchors the connection into the 3D world. But the lack of it does not destroy the bond. In fact, many twin flames spend years, even decades apart, barely exchanging words, yet they remain deeply connected, sometimes even stronger than before. But if that's true, then you might be wondering, why does the universe allow so little communication between twin flames in the first place? What's the purpose of this silence? That's where we move into the second part. Now, I know this may sound strange, but sometimes the greatest gift the universe can give twin flames is silence. Let me explain. When twin flames are not in constant contact, the silence pushes them inward. Instead of depending on texts or calls, you're asked to look within yourself, to heal your wounds, to grow spiritually, and to build your own inner strength. The silence isn't punishment, it's preparation. Think of it like this. If twin flames were constantly in each other's ear, they could easily slip into codependency. They could forget that the mission of this connection isn't just romance, it's transformation. By stepping back, the silence allows space for evolution. You are asked to confront your fears of abandonment, rejection, and unworthiness. And through this, you become more whole. And let's be real, how many of us would truly do the deep inner work if we had constant comfort from our twin flame? Most of us would lean on them, rather than standing strong in our own power. This silence strips away the illusion of dependency and replaces it with the truth. You are already whole, even without their physical presence. But here's the hidden advantage. When twin flames do come back into contact after a period of silence, the connection feels so much deeper, more aligned, and more mature, because instead of two wounded souls clinging to each other, it's two healed beings meeting in divine balance. So yes, the advantage of limited communication is that it forces growth. It prevents dependency, and it transforms what could have been just another ordinary love story into a sacred connection that truly transcends lifetimes. But here's the big question that naturally arises. If silence is sometimes part of the journey, how do you know whether to keep nurturing the connection or whether it's time to let go? That brings us to the final part. Here's where your free will comes into play, because while the twin flame bond is eternal, how you engage with it in this lifetime is your choice. If you want to keep the connection active, even without much physical communication, you absolutely can. And the way to do that isn't by chasing them, begging for answers, or waiting endlessly. It's by keeping your side of the flame alive. How? By listening to your intuition and honoring the signs that show up in your path. By embracing practices like meditation, journaling, and energy healing to stay aligned with your soul. By sending love energetically without expectation of return, trusting that what is meant for you will always find you. By living your purpose and not putting your life on pause. Because the more you step into your authentic self, the more your twin flame feels that call, whether they're conscious of it or not. That is how you keep the connection alive, by living as the fullest version of you. But let's be honest, sometimes the healthiest thing you can do is release the grip. Because twin flame or not, if the connection is causing you constant pain, anxiety, or stagnation, then clinging doesn't serve either of you. Letting go doesn't mean cutting the eternal bond. It simply means choosing peace in the present moment. And here's the irony. When you let go, when you surrender the need for control, the connection often flows back more naturally than ever before. Because surrender is freedom, and freedom is love in its highest form. So the real answer is this. You don't keep a twin flame connection alive by force. You keep it alive by love. And sometimes that love looks like holding on, and sometimes it looks like letting go. And now we arrive at the heart of this conversation. The twin flame journey is not about how many texts you exchange or how many hours you spend on the phone. It's about soul growth, transformation, and learning the highest form of love. Yes, a twin flame connection can exist without much physical communication, because the real dialogue is happening in dreams, in telepathy, in energy, and in the heart. Yes, there are powerful advantages to the silence. It heals you, strengthens you, and prepares you for true union. And yes, you can choose whether to keep nurturing it energetically or to surrender it for your own peace. Either way, the bond is eternal. So if you find yourself in the silence right now, don't see it as absence. See it as space being carved out for your evolution. See it as the soul's way of saying you are being prepared for more than you can imagine. And remember, love doesn't always need words. Sometimes the loudest love is the one that speaks in silence. Now, I want to leave you with this. Take a moment today to check in with yourself. Ask yourself, am I clinging to the silence in fear, or am I allowing it to teach me? Am I nurturing myself in this connection, or am I draining myself? If this message spoke to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you know is on this journey too. They might need this reminder today. And if you'd like to keep walking this path together, make sure to subscribe and join our community, because we're here to lift each other up every step of the way. And above all, never forget, whether in silence or in union, your twin flame journey is sacred, and you are never truly alone.